So I have the image I worked with as I grabbed it off of the internet or wherever I grabbed it back then. And so it is rectangular, so we need to crop it. It's in black and white, and if you have a color image, one of the ways you can actually adjust it is to go to Adjustments and just go to black and white for it. It'll strip out the color. It may not be necessary. It might still work fine, but that's how you can do that. And then we want to make that canvas so it's 64 by 64. Not really, not to the pixel depth yet, but just to the height to width ratio to make it square. So we're going to go to Image and Canvas Size. And up on the screen will come, it's in inches right now. I can change this to pixels. And it's 600 by 400. We really want to be like in the same, the height being the same as the width to make it square. That's 64 by 64. And so the way to do this is just to crop down that image. We can't go down to 64 pixels because that'll just pick 64 pixels somewhere on the scene and crop out the whole mountain range. So I'm going to type in 400 here, click OK. We get a warning coming that it's cropping, and that's okay. And then the quickest way to export this is to go to File and Export. And they have a function, an older function, so it's a legacy function, but it's saved for web. And this gives us a really easy way to export this at that resolution. And let me just, so another screen will pop up. Let me just fit this screen, or try to fit this screen to our screen. Got to shrink it down a little bit here. Sorry about this. So when this screen comes up, you'll notice that we have, you can export it as a JPEG. You can actually change any kind of style you want here. We'll leave it as a JPEG, that's fine. But we have a chance to make an image size selection here. And so I'm just going to type in 64. Let me swipe over this properly. Excuse my hound for barking. Hold on, I'll put it on pause and get her under control. And so when we set it at 64 by 64, obviously the image gets very small. And we can take a peek we can zoom in here a little bit. Let me zoom it up to like 400%. And then you can see what the actual 64 by 64 pixel resolution is. And this obviously kind of mates well with the kind of determination of putting a dot here at that 64 by 64. I caution you about going above this kind of level of resolution because it's so computationally intensive. At 64 by 64, that's already in I think the 4,000 pixel range. So total pixels. And so that can take a lot of time with Dynamo. It's not that it's that much calculation, it's just that Dynamo runs relatively clunky with this. So anyway, once you have that, you can save that and give it that 64 by 64 bit depth, resolution. I will also, as I said, put this image on the file, so you don't need to do it to this image. Hopefully you'll be able to find an image that you're interested in and do the same kind of treatment to it.